Is Star Trek Legacy inevitable? Is it when and not if we get this show? Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. I think it's fair to say that following the end of Picard Season 3, we all assume we're going to get Star Trek Legacy. But the words coming out of Paramount and even from Terry Matalas himself is that this is not in development. There is no plan to actually bring Star Trek Legacy back. And we will not be seeing the adventures of Captain 7 of 9 aboard the Enterprise G. But when Strange New Worlds came out, didn't we get told basically the same thing at first? Well, I've been speaking to somebody that works in marketing and actually used to work at Paramount Pictures. And they've told me that actually all was not what it seemed when it came to Strange New Worlds. That actually the Strange New Worlds was always the plan. When the Enterprise appeared in Discovery Season 2, it was quite a surprise.
It's the USS Enterprise.
Nobody was expecting it, but it worked brilliantly. Anson Mount as Captain Pike was instantly loved, and we got to see a little bit of the pre-Kirk Enterprise. Now, following the end of Discovery Season 2, there was then a massive campaign by the fans to bring Strange New Worlds back. And we eventually were victorious because Paramount yielded and decided to greenlight the show. Or did they? Well, according to the person I've been speaking to, actually, it was always the plan to bring us a Strange New World series. That Anson Mount was on board with that from day one, and actually, it was one of the only reasons why he agreed to do the show Discovery in the first place. This was always a bit of a marketing ploy by Paramount to get us all feeling engaged in the show. Let's tease the fans with something, and then let's talk about a possibility of a show. Then let's see the fans getting all excited, demanding a show. And then eventually when we give it them, we sound like we're listening to our audience. We sound like we're actually the good guys in this situation. And actually then there can be some positivity around Star Trek, which at times they've struggled with under Alex Kurtzman. Now, the person I speak to, they don't work at Paramount anymore. But when I sort of suggested this, they gave me a wry little smile and said, well, they've done it once. Why wouldn't they do it again? And after we actually saw the final episode of Picard Season 3, they said, look, they don't go into this much detail if there isn't a plan. They don't do things like renaming the Titan, the Enterprise, unless there's a plan. We saw Raffi as number 1. 7 of 9 as the captain. The whole thing about bringing Q back again, that's a lot of detail for something unless there's a plan. So, in this person's opinion, professional opinion, it's when, not if, we get Star Trek Legacy. Now, the fans would be very, very happy about that because we want some more 25th century adventures. This is our Star Trek. It's in the time frame we love. There's been a lot of effort through Picard Season 3 to sort of reset some of the mistakes from Seasons 1 and 2 of Picard and get us back to a Star Trek in the 25th century that we recognize. Now, you can see that with a lot of the ship's design, a lot of the designs of the ships, the storylines, etc., etc. They've done all of that work for a reason. Now, the show that we know we're getting at the moment is Star Trek Academy. And it's pretty much certain that's going to follow on in the 32nd century. Now, a lot of people are against this idea. I keep calling it Star Trek 90210, and I'm poking fun a little bit because it's going to be a bunch of teenagers running around having wild adventures. But I genuinely hope that they actually do something brilliant with that show. And I've said, even though if I think it's a terrible idea and I can't quite see how they're going to do it, there's been lots of other projects over the years that sound like terrible ideas, but turn out to be brilliant. I've been talking about Firefly a lot recently. You break down the synopsis of Firefly and it sounds stupid, but it's 14 episodes of sci-fi gold. And who knows, maybe Star Trek Academy will be exactly the same. I hope so, and I will be watching it with an open mind. you will not be getting me saying that this is going to be a load of woke crap, because I don't say that anyway, before the show comes out. I will watch it and I will tell you what I think. But all of that goes on in the 32nd century. Now, I want to see what happened in the 32nd century. I like all the future. I like all the spaceships and things. And I like the idea of the Federation being rebuilt. So there's some interesting stuff going on there, if done well. But we want to see the 25th century. We want to see the characters we love. We want to see Worf and Deanna and all these other characters potentially return. We want to see cameos from Deep Space Nine and more Voyager. We want to see O'Brien. How they didn't get O'Brien in Picard Season 3, I've no idea. So hopefully Legacy, though, could bring us all of those things that we so desperately want. We want more of Picard Season 3. Now, it's a shame they renamed the Titan the Enterprise. I've done another video talking about that. I can't help it. I don't like it. But I still want to see adventures aboard the Enterprise, even if it is that ship. So what do I think? Are we going to get adventures aboard the Star Trek Enterprise G? I'm pretty certain that the old adage, there's no smoke without fire, fits this situation beautifully, because they are going to be working towards this, because they've done too much work setting up Legacy for it to not then get made. I think there will be a couple of years until we see it. If you actually remember, Discovery Season 2 aired in 2019, but Strange New Worlds didn't premiere until 2022. Now, I'm also hearing rumours that Strange New Worlds may not go beyond the 3 seasons. Now, there are reasons for this, but mainly there's already some concerns at Paramount that Strange New Worlds is starting to step on the toes of the original series, and that there's only so far they can go before Trekkies basically turn on the project. I think they've already seen an element of that with how Strange New Worlds ended in Season 1, with the emergence of Kirk.
On screen.
Enterprise, this is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Farragut, offering assistance.
Fans didn't respond to that quite as well as they'd hoped. Overall, I loved the Strange New Worlds series, and I'm really hoping Season 2 is just as good. But they do need to fix a few of those little problems. And if that is the case, and Strange New Worlds doesn't go past a 3rd season, could Star Trek Legacy be the series that very quickly replaces it? In that case, there would be about that 3-year gap. And maybe we would see Star Trek Legacy in 2025, 2026. I firmly believe that that is the plan. And again, from what I've been told by an insider who at least used to work at Paramount, it does seem to be that they've done it before and they're not afraid to do it again.
And since recording, the language seems to be changing a little bit. Alex Kurtzman seems to be admitting that this is the plan after all.
But guys, what do you think? Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you feel about the Star Trek Legacy idea. Are you going to be happy with a Star Trek show set in the 32nd century and one set in the 25th century? For a few years now, they've been trying to set up a different show for different demographics of Star Trek. A kids show, the Lower Decks cartoon, Strange New Worlds, Discovery, all really aimed at slightly different types of people. Are you happy for that to continue? And even if Starfleet Academy isn't really the Star Trek for you, perhaps Star Trek Legacy is, and that's okay. Personally, I'm okay with all of it, except Discovery. I've never liked that. But guys, get into the comments and tell me exactly what you're thinking. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you will never miss any of our new videos. Also, if you would like to wander over to patreon.com/SciTrek, you can see most of our new videos first and without the adverts for a small contribution. As always, please stay safe and I'll see you next time.